Welcome into the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio. I'm Tim Dennis. It is a Wednesday. That means, well, only one thing. It's supernatural news and Parashare. Mally has the week off. We've given her the week off. We decided to let her have a vacation. Why? Because we're generous like that. And everybody needs a vacation. Everybody needs a little time away just for the day. I don't know who said it. I think it was Toto or REO Speedwagon or somebody. So with that in mind, we need a co-host. So I did the thing that most of you have been calling for. I shouldn't say most of you. There's a lot of you out there. A small cabal of you got together and started screaming on social media and said, bring him back, bring him back. And I was like, who's him? And they said, that guy. And I was like, oh, yeah, that guy. So ladies and gentlemen, here he is, deep from within some sort of, I think, I don't know, it's either a bunker or it's a cabin where small animals are filleted and hung from the walls. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. He was afraid I'd never bring him back again. Travis Thorpe. Travis, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you to my small cabal of people forcing his arm into bringing this great and glorious beard back to all of you wonderful listeners.
Well, Combat Rev, give him some forehead smoochies.
Yes, a little bit of forehead smoochies to all my little sweet baby angels out there. Mwah, mwah. Now, Tim, you're more of like a 6 head right now, so
I am.
I'll give you 2 more. Mwah, mwah.
Thank you. I'm more of an 8 head. You might have to. You might be there a while. Big show today. Lots of stuff going on. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. It's a huge elephant in the room. There's a huge story in the paranormal that kind of it irks me, and this is why it irks me, Travis. Let's get right to it, right down to it, and then we'll get down to having some fun today. The death of Dan Rivera of Nesper, who was touring with the Annabelle Haunted Doll. Okay, there's too many people online going, maybe the doll did it. Come on, people. Okay, come on.
I mean,
no, don't.
I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying there's some interesting circumstances. So
wasn't there like what? Let's go back and forth here for a second. Such as what?
Wasn't there like a fire at one of the residences that it went on the tour with, like not even days after it left? And it burned down the house.
What fire?
There was a fire.
Where?
I can't remember which house, but yeah, it was all over TikTok for quite a while. It was while they were doing that tour, that same group of people, like we're talking like a couple months ago. And when they were doing that tour, one of the houses, like a week after they left or 3 days after they left, the house fucking burned down.
I've seen no story that says that.
Oh, I'm going to have to track that down and send it to you, Tim.
You're going to have to.
And then you're going to have to apologize to a doll.
All I'm saying is this. She's encased in the same, let me just throw it out there, the same goddamn glass that the Warrens had her behind for what, 40, 50 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
The same magical glass that's supposed to keep her at bay.
Supposed to, until they opened it. Yeah, because white people can't stop touching shit.
And everything's been just like, they don't take her out of the glass when they're on tour. They don't pass her around like the Harlem Globetrotters pass a basketball around. No, they don't. They don't.
I'm pretty sure I've seen video of them opening it up and like, hey, look at this little now.
Come on now.
I'm siding with Team Chucky on this. I think there's an evil doll in the loose.
Send me the video of them passing her around like a basketball. Now
Tim said video or it didn't happen.
You've already said 2 sketchy things. We're not even 5 minutes into this broadcast.
Look,
we're 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
The only way that doll would just be invisible to any magical powers is if you covered it in the Epstein files.
She's probably in the Epstein files. Yeah. Doing some shady shit. I know for a fact, anybody worth their salt keeps haunted dolls in whatever protective case it comes in, even if it's a Barbie shell. I don't know, but it's even if it's the goddamn Barbie box. So see, I'm see, you got me hyped up here, bro. Even if it's the box, even if whatever box it came in, if it's a Raggedy Ann box or whatever it came in, it's supposed to hold back its magical powers, or in this case, whatever Ed and Lorraine said was supposed to keep it at bay. That's what it's in. It's in that little glass curio cabinet coffin from hell or whatever it is that they tour in. And I can't believe they're being that irresponsible that they're taking that thing out. I really don't.
Yeah, they were saying that, the, what was it, a plantation in New Orleans that caught fire right after the visit.
Which plantation?
It started with an N. Let me see. Trying to look it up. I'm trying to be like your real live
No, go ahead. Keep looking. I'll talk while you look.
Nottoway Plantation fire. Notto way.
Okay. I'm going to look up something real quick while you do that too, because Nesper's been on this tour now with the Annabelle doll. And as you guys know, they didn't call off the tour after Dan passed away. They've continued the Annabelle tour. In fact, I'm going to look up Nesper real quick. And also when you put in Nesper in Google, Nespresso comes up. So I'm glad they get the first nod. But they're on the tour right now with Annabelle. And as I pull up, I'm going to pull up their tour specifics for Annabelle and what you get with the tour here. So we know exactly what they promise, because they do have a thing here. It says, see the real Annabelle doll and the original movie Annabelle prop from Annabelle Comes Home. So they're offering both. So you get to see the original Raggedy Ann doll and the movie Annabelle
scary movie prop. Yeah.
Meet the Nesper team and ask your paranormal questions. Take photos and videos with the haunted items on display. So they're not passing it back and forth. There's no, Sweet Georgia Brown playing in the background. No one's dribbling it between their legs and shooting. And it says shop exclusive merchandise online.
So I'm reading online here, and it sounds like it was 3 days after they brought Annabelle down to New Orleans. There was 11 inmates that escaped, and then the plantation burned down.
But Annabelle didn't open a prison.
I mean, an etheric being that you can't see. I mean, tied to it all. I don't know. Seems awfully suspicious.
3 days afterwards. Come on. See, this is...
You love me so much. But yeah, that's where the rumors are coming from. They're saying that 3 days after the tour came into town, so as they came into New Orleans, then that's when the plantation burned down, and then like 11 inmates just like escaped.
See, it's shit like this that makes me want to scream at the top of my lungs.
Do it.
3 days. 3 days. It's not like she was sitting there and laughing at it as it was burning down to its timbers.
Yeah, it took her a long time to escape that magical glass.
Because you can't light your fucking Zippo without opposable thumbs.
Do you think she used her stuffing as kindling?
Yeah, of course she did. From thousands of miles away. Yeah, she did.
Oh.
3 days.
I thought time and space didn't have any effect on ghosts, Tim.
It's a real big stretch there, Trav. 3 days. Let me quote Amy Bruni for you real quick. And that and Jason Hawes, both of them, and that they've never, ever, ever, ever seen a haunted item, much less a haunted doll, kill a person. Never happened.
Ever.
ever. And they've worked with a lot of them, including the world famous Robert the Doll. I myself have been in the company of 3 of them, of the most famous haunted dolls, still here. And I've had a lot of health problems.
It's weird because like I went to the VA and he had a haunted little puppet too, and he was telling me that I needed to get my prostate checked, but both of his hands were on my shoulders.
Oh,
and it was really weird.
Did the puppet,
the haunted doll? Yeah, he told me it was the haunted doll.
Did he have any hands or opposable thumbs?
It was a blown up latex glove with a face drawn on it. So, I mean, technically, yeah, opposable thumbs.
I feel like maybe just one of those fingers and thumbs was doing the exam. So,
oh.
Well, taking a look at what's going on here as far as Nesper goes, it looks like they might have postponed this deal. It looks, I don't know. It looks like their next dates are in September.
So did the news break of how he had passed?
Yes. That's what I'm trying to get to here. As you're putting out, thanks for putting out the misinformation. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I'm here for entertainment.
That's very entertaining. 3 days. Jesus Christ. So Dan Rivera's nature of death was revealed over this past week, actually after we got done publishing podcasts last week. And police do not believe foul play was involved in Dan's death in Gettysburg. Over the last week, he passed away while traveling. It says here in the article with the supposedly haunted doll, Annabelle. I love how they put even more skepticism behind it. Pennsylvania State Police, in their report released July 16th, listed the nature of the incident as death natural.
And that's all.
Just death natural. Furthermore, the department said nothing unusual or suspicious was observed at the hotel room where Rivera's body was found on July 13th. The decedent was discovered in his hotel room by coworkers, according to the report. The case is pending autopsy results, so they are doing an autopsy.
It's weird that the coroner, though, was actually a Muppet, and that, you know, the police chief that made that announcement was Chucky. You know, like they're all in on it. They're all haunted dolls.
Oh,
that are in on this haunted doll conspiracy, Tim. I believe it was the doll, Tim.
Oh, Travis, no. By the way, Jason Hawes also does not believe emerging conspiracies that Rivera's death is somehow linked to Annabelle, whose spooky backstory serves as the inspiration behind the Conjuring movies, which obviously Travis has seen all of them.
2 of them.
Recently, the world lost a good man, Hawes wrote in his July 16th Facebook post. Dan Rivera was an Army veteran, a father of 4, a husband, and someone who truly cared a lot about people. What's even harder to see right now are posts blaming his death on things like the Annabelle doll. He said, likewise, ghostly images of Gettysburg manager Christine Rowan brushing off speculation that Rivera's death is related to the allegedly haunted Raggedy Ann toy, telling Inside Edition on a July 17th interview, there's a logical reason for this. Dan has handled this doll for decades. Why now? Could it not just be natural causes? So Christina coming forward and saying, of course, why now? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Rivera had been with Nesper for more than 10 years when he died. According to the organization, he was a constant presence for co-founder Lorraine Warren, who first investigated Annabelle with her demonologist husband, Ed Warren, in the late 60s and early 70s before her death in 2019. Yeah, folks, there's just nothing to this. It's a nothing burger. So I'm sure when they do a full autopsy, you'll see that there's some concrete reasons behind Dan's passing away. So let's just all take a collective breath and let it out. It's okay.
I'm biting my tongue to say that Elmo is the.
I was going to say we have another doll that's stirring up trouble, and we need to be more worried about later in the show.
It's not the dolls.
Not Annabelle. Not Annabelle. We have a different doll that we have to worry about later in the show. Who's causing trouble? Real trouble.
He's starting some fires too.
He is. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Don't spoil the surprise. Now, you brought to our attention a few weeks ago news on the Buga Sphere.
Yes.
And you've got some details, some new details.
Most indubitably. Yes. So as like all good Americans, I get my news from the TikTokies. And as I'm scrolling through the good old TikTokies, I come across these amazing little clips and videos. Now, I had noticed, and I was talking to Tim about this earlier on the phone today. There was a few videos where they were showing Dr. Stephen Greer down there in attendance now. And there seems to be quite the large gathering of researchers and scientists that are trying to make sense of this Buga Sphere. There is an international call for all countries to start getting involved in the investigation of the sphere now. One of the things I found fascinating when going through these little tiki-talkie clips is one of the lead researchers there were showing some of the imaging of the inside of the sphere from what they could get from, I don't know if it was MRIs or X-rays they were using. But it almost had like this mushroomy shape to the inside that revealed a core.
Mm-hmm.
And when they looked at this, he theorized and he said, I wonder if you took a Tesla coil and rotated it 90 degrees, it has a very similar shape. So then these researchers started theorizing, okay, if you started discharging negative charges off of a Tesla coil into a sphere shape, what would it do? And then they started comparing videos between the Buga Sphere when it was captured levitating in Buga, Colombia. And then they started taking videos of spiders floating in the air. And they said, you know, when they first discovered that spiders can transport themselves by casting a web up into the air and then start floating to a different location, they thought it was the wind that captures the spider web. But under more scrutiny and more research, they discovered that when the spider is grounded to an object such as a tree branch and then shoot the web off into the air, it's not the wind that catches it and lets the spider fly. It's the negative charge on the spider web while it's surrounded by all the positive charges in the atmosphere. And it creates a form of levitation. And the spider literally levitates by shooting webs out of its butt, grounded. So they theorized that inside of this sphere, if it has a Tesla coil discharging negative charges all inside the sphere and there's really nowhere for it to go, but it's just kind of going around, then it's interacting the same way as a spider does, creating this levitation, which then they said, well, this makes sense that when it hit that voltage line, it dissipated that charge and that's what shut it down, but didn't kill the object, which is why it's still giving all these readings.
Interesting. Huh. Yeah. So, but nothing yet as far as what they believe the origin is, though, right?
No, it's still quite up in the air in speculation land. I imagine the Warrens would probably put it behind glass.
You can't speak for them. They're not here. You never know.
It's the devil.
Behind glass.
It's a haunted ball. It's flying. Watch out. It'll burn down your plantation. Don't touch my ball.
And with that, good night, everybody. I know this much. I know Dr. Stephen Greer did say he thought, he had accused agents from a foreign country of trying to storm the palace, so to speak, and steal the thing.
Yeah, there was reports pretty early on of people dressing up as law enforcement officers and military personnel trying to seize it. That had happened twice. That's why it moved originally from Colombia to Mexico. And they had moved it up there because of attempts of capture. And it's still trying to happen again in Mexico. So like everybody wants their hands on this sphere, which I find hilarious. Because when good old Combat Red was like, y'all seen this alien sphere that might be from Atlantis? And everybody's like, oh, you mean the thing you saw on Tiki-Talkie? That BS? It ain't real. Yeah. Well, now everybody wants it.
Mm-hmm. You know who it is? Who wants that?
Putin.
Oh.
He tried buying it.
Did he?
Yeah. On the first week, he tried buying it.
Huh. I think it's Nesper. They want to put it behind glass and take it on tour. Yeah, the joke comes all the way around. But I don't doubt that Putin wants it, but the whole question is why, right? I mean, because supposedly you can't cut this thing open, right? Or you could.
I suppose they could. I mean, like, I believe the original studies or the first studies they were looking at is it's composed of a lot of minerals found here on Earth. So absolutely, I would imagine you could cut into the thing. It's would you want to, right? Like, would you want to potentially destroy something that is still operational? Like there was a wild video I saw 3 days ago on this sphere where there was a young woman singing. And it was in a foreign language, so I couldn't detect what she was singing.
Mm-hmm.
But she was singing in different tones, different frequencies, and I couldn't tell if it was a form of like bruja, or witchcraft of like invocations and like command words or power words or tetragrammatons or whatever you want to say, right? But as she's intoning and singing these things, they have different devices up, and one's very obviously measuring radioactive material. Right. and it was different phrases, different frequencies, and different words. This thing was registering off the hook, and it was responding directly to her singing, which was pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
This thing is it's mind blowing. I'm pretty amazed with it. I'm getting kind of obsessed with this damn sphere.
It's obsession worthy. Is that a good way to put it? I mean, it's until we find out what the origin of it is, I still think it has a military background. I know you think it's Atlantis, but I really do think I still think it's modern day technology.
I am so hopeful for like an underwater civilization of advanced people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really do think it has. Now, as to who's military, who developed it, and why, that's a whole nother thing. But
yeah, then you start getting into like Project Bluebeam type stuff, but you would think that if, Stephen Greer's on there, like he's kind of in and on the outs of those things. And so like, he's like all about exposing that stuff, but is he exposing it because he's actually part of that? And so
I think it's outside. I think it's even outside of his scope. I think he wants his fingers in it so that he can see it up close. And I think the minute he would try to say something, somebody would shut him up.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think this is so deep and dark that there's a reason why people are trying to get a hold of it. And I think the people who are trying to get a hold of it are the people who initially launched it. I think it's one of those black projects that got out of control. It got out of hand. Someone needs to get it back.
I would feel that if it was that level, like that level, they wouldn't have a problem getting it back. I don't think they'd be stopped by security and a couple of police pulling security on the site. I think they would be getting it back without a problem.
You think?
Yeah.
Especially with that high profile?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Sometimes the things that are in that plane of sight, I mean, have been blown up that big. It's hard for something like that to go missing again. You know?
I mean, people don't just hang themselves in their jail cell, you know, and then have a minute missing.
3 minutes out of the tape. 3 minutes. Yeah.
I mean,
and you know, the files just don't go missing, right?
I'm just saying, you know. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah. Funny how that happens, isn't it? But then we're all conspiracy theorists, aren't we?
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. But that's not just me talking. Let me sip my tea, girl. Let me sip my tea. Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, I'm glad you went pinkies up because, you know.
Pinkies up, bitch.
it's like I said earlier. It's not like watching a big, strong man drink from a straw.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of Black Ops, there's a little area out there in the desert called Area 51. And some former Area 51 workers now claim that colleagues are getting killed by an invisible enemy. But what is that invisible enemy exactly? Let's talk about it, shall we? U.S. Air Force veterans have claimed that they were unknowingly exposed to radiation while working at the facility. According to the group, hundreds of workers who were once stationed at the Nevada Test and Training Range, a highly restricted region of the desert, which is also home to the secretive Area 51 facility, have since died of serious illnesses caused by exposure to high levels of radiation. Nuclear testing during the 1970s is thought to be primarily responsible. Despite the risk, a 1975 report from the U.S. Energy and Research and Development Administration allegedly concluded that it would be against the national interest to put a stop to the work being conducted at the site. Compounding the frustration of those impacted by radiation exposure at the site, the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs is reportedly declining to provide medical coverage. There's a shock. This is, they say, because, if you're ready for this, owing to the classified nature of the operations conducted there, all relevant official records remain restricted and sufficient evidence of exposure cannot be provided.
AKA not service connected.
Yep.
Oh man, not a surprise at all. Ugh. It's my favorite argument. Every time my friends are like, we need universal health care and government run healthcare, and I'm like, we already have it. It's called the VA, and they do a great job. Ugh.
David Crete, who's a former Air Force sergeant who worked at the site in the 1980s, maintains that over 490 of his colleagues have since died and that he too is suffering from various health complications. Even today, much of what these men did at the site remains classified. Veteran Mike Niemczyk told News Nation, it's just a matter of betrayal. He said these folks knew and they purposefully kept it quiet because it was more beneficial to them not to tell us.
Yep. Ugh. Yep. It's classic government when it comes to soldiers, when it comes to government employees. This is classic U.S. government. Constantly. Like you saw the same thing with mustard gas. You saw the same thing with Agent Orange. You saw the same thing with the burn pits. You know, like it over and over, like the water at Camp Lejeune. How many times have you seen those commercials? You know, like, hey, did you drink water when stationed at this base?
Well, yeah, you have to.
You might have 13 forms of cancer now. like, Do you have a frog leg growing out of your ear? Did you drink water at Lejeune? Contact our law office because the VA ain't going to do anything for you. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, look, that might explain. I just saw a news article yesterday that there was a big fire out at Area 51.
That's what we're talking about next.
Oh, Travis, stop it!
Yeah, you're jumping the gun, buddy.
I was gonna say maybe that's why there's a fire. They were mad about that shit.
Well, either that or whatever is causing the radioactivity is setting stuff on fire too.
Yeah.
Speaking of what Travis was just mentioning, there's a major wildfire in Nevada that's threatening to engulf the Area 51 base. Thick black smoke and flames now dominate the landscape around America's most infamous secret base. Something is stirring the Nevada desert, and it isn't a reverse engineered alien spacecraft, as far as you know.
Yeah. It's probably actually a doll that escaped some glass casing.
Yes, it was probably Annabelle. She's out there running around lighting fires with a Zippo and no opposable thumbs. Goddamn doll. She's everywhere.
Just skipping around, causing mayhem.
She's out there lighting shit on fire. Look at her.
The Warrens can't stop me now.
Nobody can stop me.
It's so adorable.
It's so adorable, yeah. Meanwhile, firefighters are trying to just soak her and get her cotton all wet so she can't move. Like a Hulk in quicksand type scenario.
Like the gingerbread man in Shrek.
Yeah. Wow, that's a daddy reference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone's been watching too many movies. Firefighters in the state are currently battling a major wildfire that began on July 4th and has since spread from an initial 8,000 acres to a staggering 35,000 acres, dominating the desert landscape with thick plumes of black smoke that can be seen from miles around. The blaze was thought to have been spread by a combination of high winds and particularly dry conditions, and is now perilously close to the borders of the Area 51 base. It is not just the base itself that's under threat either, as local businesses which rely on UFO tourism, such as those in the small town of Rachel, could also be impacted by the blaze. The famous extraterrestrial highway has become quite perilous, with tourists who had already ventured to the area being unable to travel any closer to the base in fear of being cut off by the fire. Despite the seriousness of the situation, however, the blaze has managed to reignite interest in the Area 51 mystery as UFO enthusiasts around the world keep up to date with what's happening. In all likelihood, the fire won't actually reach the base itself, and so far, surrounding towns are safe. Once the fire's under control, UFO tourism in the region will likely continue to thrive. Which brings up an interesting point, and that's this. Our good friend Joshua P. Warren has a property he was telling us about the last time he was on the show, which is right in the back of Area 51. And he had bought that property recently, and he'd been conducting experiments out there of a, we'll just say a time travel type nature, which I wonder, one, if they've caught onto it yet, and two, if he's in any immediate danger. It might be interesting to check in on him and see how he's doing out there, because he was going to be working out there for a while. So,
wonder if he kicked off the experiment and 3 days later a fire started.
Oh, come on. Yeah, he brought Annabelle in from the future on his property, and then boom, everything exploded. It was the Annabelle Terminator that came through a portal. She came in naked with no dress on, and you heard dun, 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 dun.
Get in the glass get in the glass cabinet.
It's the only way out.
I'm going to save your life.
Joshua P. Warren, follow me if you want to leave.
Oh. It's the stuffing that dreams are made of.
See, your theories don't even work in that scenario, does it?
You know, I mean, like when we're talking time travel and everything else, I mean, why not? Why can't a time traveling murder puppet
Time traveling
theoretically jump through a magic barrier of a glass shield and start fires? I mean, oh, I'm here for it, Tim.
Because it doesn't have opposable thumbs. You ever seen a Raggedy Ann doll? It doesn't have opposable thumbs.
It doesn't need it. It's just a car. It's a vessel.
So you're saying Drew Barrymore and Raggedy Ann have the same thing in common. They just start fires with their mind?
Yes. Well, I mean, if you think about it, Tim, right? How many paranormal investigations have you done where you've seen legitimate paranormal activity?
I've done a few where I've seen legitimate paranormal activity. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And where without the presence of a physical being,
mm-hmm.
things were manipulated and moved. And not a single opposable thumb was present. Riddle me that, Batman.
You know what movie comes out this next week?
What's that?
The Fantastic Four: First Steps. Do you want to know one of the main heroes? Are you familiar with the Fantastic Four?
Vaguely, like, okay. I mean, I got to go way back to like 8 years old.
Okay, yeah. But one of the main heroes, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. What's his main power?
Wasn't he like super stretchy?
Yes, and that's what you're being right now.
Yeah, but Annabelle is the Human Torch, so
come on. You got me with that one.
You're welcome.
I had you on that Mr. Fantastic deal.
I was just too rubbery.
All right, on to the next story. Because we've been going for 38 minutes and it feels like 2 hours right now. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Avi Loeb's in the news. He says the latest interstellar visitor may be evidence of intelligence. I would beg to differ. We have a whole lot of people on this planet, and there's no evidence of intelligence with half the world.
Agreed.
Yeah. So I don't know why visitors would tell you that there's intelligence in the universe. The space rock, he argues, this space rock is extremely unlikely to have, or the space rock. There's a space rock, evidently. A space rock? A space rock.
There's a lot of rocks in space.
Yeah, but there's a space rock, I guess, that has arrived here. Or
interesting.
I don't know. Let's read the story. I'm confused. The space rock, he argues, is extremely unlikely to have arrived in our solar system through nothing but chance. He's talking about the space rock that's dubbed 3 Atlas, not Atlantis, or 3 Atlas. This mysterious cosmic interloper was revealed on July 1st, following its discovery by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS. Yeah. A robotic astronomical survey which uses multiple telescopes to scan the night sky for small near-Earth objects. Measuring 12 miles across, the object is heading toward the inner solar system at 152,000 miles per hour. While it might seem as though its arrival is little more than random chance, Professor Avi Loeb, who has long argued that interstellar objects such as this could be under intelligent control. If you remember Oumuamua, that was one he said was driven by intelligent control. Do you remember Oumuamua?
I feel like I do, but I've also watched a lot of Moana recently, so I don't
That is not part of Moana.
know.
It was a giant asteroid. Yeah.
Okay, like I felt like it was a giant crab underneath the sea or something like that.
No, no, it sounds like it is, but it
Tim Carey singing or something.
yeah.
All right.
Let us see. Uh, it maintains, or he maintains, that its presence here is anything but random, the giant asteroid. In a new paper in which he calculates how many objects to the size there are likely to be in the Milwaukee galaxy, yes, in the Milky Way galaxy. Dear God, I'm all thrown off with this Annabelle setting shit on fire thing. He claims that 3 Atlas is in fact significantly rarer than generally believed. It's not like these objects are floating around in all directions. This object was aiming to get to the inner solar system, he claims. Why was it sent in the direction of the inner solar system, he asks. Loeb has likened the situation to the Arthur C. Clarke novel Rendezvous with Rama, which tells the story of a huge spacecraft from an alien civilization that is visited by humans after it is detected passing through our solar system. That said, he hasn't totally ruled out the possibility that it is simply a comet. The good news is that we will come closer to the sun and it will get heated up by sunlight, he said. The more it is heated, the more mass it would shed if it were a comet, and the easier it will be for us to tell what the object is.
Unless it turns port side and starts heading here directly.
And then it would be an intelligent object.
Yeah. Is this the thing that like December last year they were like, "Oh my God, an alien fleet is on its way in." Is that the same thing?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No.
All right.
No, I think this is.
I remember them tracking like a bunch of objects that seemed to have like pivot steered out of nowhere heading this way. And then like there was like no stories about it after.
No, I think this is a singular object. Just one. But it doesn't. We have close brushes with different things all the time, right? Yeah. I mean, oh, yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you said no.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, like God, what's his name? Mathematician brother out of Georgia. He's on Joe Rogan all the time.
Tyson.
No.
Tyson?
No. Oh my God. Randall Carlson.
Oh, Randall Carlson.
I was gonna say, yeah, I have his fucking phone number in my phone, and like, because I've met him in person like 5 times now. Like, he's a great guy. But like he gave a lecture one year at our event for like 9 hours, and he was talking about like twice a year we go through these like massive asteroid storms where it's just like threading the needle, and we're like crossing our fingers every 6 months to not be annihilated.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's why I have no shame anymore, and I don't care, because every 6 months we're probably gonna die. So like, who cares? Just live life, be happy, anarchy prevails.
Anarchy prevails. Well, speaking of, there is one thing that there's one thing that's happening that anarchy is prevailing, I guess. And I'll tell you why it's happening. There's actually 2 stories here related. Our poles are flipping, as you know. Magnetic poles are flipping. I don't know if you know that.
I know there was a lot of doomsday preppers planning about that from all those shows that I watched religiously.
Well, it's an actual scientific fact. The poles are flipping.
Beautiful. Does that mean we're gonna have like warm winters finally?
I think so. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
We can look forward to summer and winter and summer.
Dude, Minnesota becomes the new Florida. That would be so cool.
I know, isn't it? That means we're going to have penguins and polar bears.
Prime real estate. I love it.
Yeah. We're the new Australia, mate. Right?
Yeah, they can keep all the Volkswagen-sized spiders. I don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want that. There is a video out there, and I'll post it in the description of this program. I'm going to try to play the sound, although I know that you won't be able to hear it, Trav, but our audience will be able to hear it. There's a haunting video that reveals the eerie sound of the magnetic poles flipping. Yeah. Researchers have sonified the sounds of the Earth's magnetic field reversing 780,000 years ago. A complete reversal of the Earth's magnetic field might seem like a cataclysmic event, but it is, in fact, a pretty normal occurrence, having happened multiple times over the eons. The last time the field flipped completely, an event known as I believe it is the Maruyama Bruns reversal, was 780,000 years ago, meaning that another may occur at some point in the not too distant future. Now, in a bid to better understand this event, scientists have put together a sonified version of a magnetic field flipping by converting ancient magnetic data into audible sound. Yeah.
Oh,
Now, yeah. I doubt it sounds like an Eddie Van Halen solo, but it probably has an interesting sound. To begin with, geophysicists Sonia Panovska and Ahmed Nasser Magoob from the Helmholtz Center for Geosciences created a model of the Earth's magnetic field as it was flipping using data obtained from drill core samples around the world. This was then visualized and turned into audio by Klaus Nielsen and Maximilian Artus Schoner. Sounds like a great composer.
I'm still stuck on Magoob.
I don't think you can pick his last name. I did,
Yeah, I'm like, that is such a cool ass name.
Yeah.
Magoob.
Oh, Magoob, you've done it again. The resulting audio is haunting to say the least. It's an eerie cacophony of music that provides a way to perceive the changes taking place during such an event in the form of audible sound. I'm going to hit play on this, and I bet you there's an ad. You
I
want
hope
to?
so.
Let's see. I'm just betting. So let's see. Let's see if there's an ad first. Essentially, that sounds like something out of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It just sounds like, because Travis couldn't hear it on the other end for one reason or another, but um, it sounded like spaceships, like the soundtrack of what spaceships landing and taking over our Earth would sound like. It's just like one long synthesizer, like someone, like, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like somebody threw their cat on top of the keyboard and just, so yeah.
Wild. Yeah, because I could hear little spurts of something every once in a while.
Yeah.
And it almost sounded like an effeminate voice coming in on an EVP saying about how it was going to start your house on fire.
See, I knew you were going to do that. I knew it. Okay, so that sound you just heard, you may ask, okay, so what caused that sound? Well, obviously, 780,000 years ago, this wasn't the reason. but there's a reason they think that the poles may be shifting now. And the reason for that, Travis, why do you think poles are shifting now?
I'm gonna take a guess. There was stories that I had read about a year and a half ago where I think scientists in Japan were noticing that the gravitational rotation of the Earth was slowing down, and they were starting to see that like the magma and everything else was kind of slowing down and settling down.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran an experiment where they basically took like a ball with like rubber bands on each end. And they're like, if you twist it up and twist it up and twist it up, and then just kind of stretch those rubber bands, it's going to spin at these super speeds, but eventually it's going to hit a point where it stops. And then it's going to pick up rotation and start going the other way and start spinning. And they were theorizing that that's what's going on with the Earth. And that was about a year and a half ago that these Japanese scientists were watching the core of the Earth and what was going on with the spin. And they were saying that we were coming to that stop like this year.
That's a darn good theory. Darn good theory. Only one word here, though, my friend. Dams.
Dams.
Mm-hmm. Human-made dams have shifted the position of the Earth's poles, according to this story. Dams constructed around the world over the last 2 centuries have had an impact on the planet's poles. Let me explain. While it is clear the human activities have had a significant impact on the Earth, especially over the last 200 years or so, few could have anticipated that our actions could have changed the location of the planet's poles by a measurable amount within such a relatively short space of time. Sure enough, new research has revealed that the construction of these huge structures around the world has shifted the position of the Earth's poles by over 1 meter. The same activity has also caused global sea levels to drop by around 0.83 inches. The reason this has happened is because dams, which hold back enormous amounts of water, effectively redistribute some of the mass of the Earth's surface, causing a slight wobble in the outermost layer of rock. This results in the poles passing through different surface locations, a phenomenon known as true polar wander, which, by the way, is my name my new album, True Polar Wander.
That's a good one.
I like it. I like it a lot. Natasha Valenchik, who is a Harvard University graduate student, why we're taking her word, I don't know, says as we trap... as we trap water behind dams, not only does it remove water from the oceans, thus leading to a global sea level fall, it also redistributes mass around the world. While these effects don't seem particularly significant, the change in sea level due to the construction of dams is an important factor to consider when calculating potential future sea level rise. Depending on where you place dams and reservoirs, the geometry of sea level rise will change, said Valenchik. That's another factor we need to consider because these changes can be quite large and significant.
I say, this is not the opinion of Darkness Radio or Tim Dennis. I say she's a damn fool. Look, how in the hell does a dam from one river or giant lake have any effect on the ocean? On the ocean, right? Like, what she's saying is ridiculous. And if that be the case, then wouldn't beavers have thrown off shit like forever ago? Because that's all those little furry creatures do is build dams, you know? So I'm going to say no. I disagree. I think it's a doll. Annabelle is behind the polar shift, Tim.
It's Annabelle that's behind the polar shift. Of course, she traveled around the United States and built dams.
She's a terrifying creature, Tim. You should stop making fun of her.
She was part of the rebuilding process of this country during World War II and the Works Project. She was the one who started the Works Project to get the dams built to throw off the the poles of the world.
We're gonna have to find some like Photoshop photos of Annabelle sitting there with the blueprints, designing the Hoover Dam.
The Hoover Dam project, and then burning the bill.
Let's
see.
Harvard. Oh, I went to Harvard.
One more story before we get to break, because the absurdity doesn't stop. There's a study out there that claims that airports may be revealing Earth to aliens. Well, of course, because there's a damn good Sky Club in most airports.
Yeah.
You gotta think the aliens are showing up for the free liquor.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you know, when you come that far, you got frequent flyer miles. There you go. Story solved. You're welcome. The study explored how hidden electromagnetic leakage might look to extraterrestrials up to 200 light years from Earth if they had state-of-the-art radio telescopes like our own. We're just assuming now.
Yeah, I would imagine if they had the technology to travel through space, they probably got better telescopes than we have. One would hope.
Theoretically, it also suggests this is how far we would be able to look to spot aliens who have evolved to use a similar level of technology. They're saying this is how, when they travel through space, our world looks to them, and they're like, oh, look at all the airports. Oh, which one are we going to land at there, Jonesy?
Well, I don't have enough Delta Sky miles.
I can't wait to get the free sushi roll and free drink. I am so parched.
Worldwide aviation hubs such as Heathrow, Gatwick, and New York's JFK International Airport. Why not LaGuardia? They just redid LaGuardia. Why wouldn't the aliens land at LaGuardia?
Probably because of the polar shift.
It could be, yeah. It's all Annabelle's fault. Give off clues to our existence, according to the preliminary findings of the study revealed at the Royal Astronomical Society's National Astronomy meeting in Durham. They have nothing better to do. By carefully simulating how radar signals spread out from Earth over time and space, the researchers looked at how visible they would be from nearby stars such as Barnard's Star and AU Microscopy. Barnard's Star is one of the closest to our sun at around 6 light years away. AU Microscopy is a young red dwarf star located about 31.7 light years away from Earth, or microscopy, one or the other. The researchers found that airport radar systems, which sweep the skies for airplanes, send out a combined radio signal of 2 by 1015 watts, enough to be picked up as far as 200 light years away by telescopes compared to the Green Bank telescope in West Virginia. You're assuming they're looking at that spectrum, though.
Yeah, they're assuming an awful lot, which is very British of them.
The nearest potentially habitable world beyond our solar system is Proxima Centauri b, which is 4 light years away. That would still take a spacecraft using current technology thousands of years to reach. But again, you're assuming they have the same propulsion system. So,
yeah, they're making a lot of assumptions.
Yeah.
And do they even have opposable thumbs? How can they operate a telescope or a spacecraft if they don't have opposable thumbs, Tim?
Travis, you just said yourself they could do it through mind power.
That's true.
Yeah. I thought that's what this entire last hour was about.
Yeah, duh. Charles Xavier it.
Yeah, moving things with their mind. I mean, the beavers can put the poles back with their mind, can't they?
What? The Human Torch sets fires and flies.
And he does it with his mind.
Yeah.
So he does it with his powers.
Well, I mean, technically it's like vocal, right? Because he has to activate it by saying flame on.
That's just the mnemonic trigger. He does it with his mind. He doesn't have to say flame on to flame on.
Oh, okay.
Because he doesn't always say flame on in order to flame on. Sometimes he just flames on and flies.
Sometimes he's just flaming.
Well, that's the rule. You said it, I didn't, sister. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, Has Walt Disney come back from the grave? According to one of his grandchildren, he has, but in kind of a spooky way. We'll talk about it when we come back. Our good friend Elmo is at it again, and not in a good way. We'll talk about it when we come back. There's a boy right here in Minnesota that survived a fall that should have killed him. It's a modern day miracle. We'll tell you about that miracle when we come back. And I'll do my best Boyd Hubert impression. No, I won't. I'm excited. I won't do my Boyd Hubert impression. It's horrible. We'll talk about the new Frankenstein movie. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll talk pyramids as well. There is an anomaly near the pyramids that may reveal an ancient portal. There's also such a thing, Travis, as Polish pyramids. And I want to know if they are upside down like this, like an upside down triangle.
Stop it.
No, I'm serious. There are Polish pyramids, and I want to know if their points stick in the sand. We'll talk about the Polish pyramids in Eastern Europe and how there are tombs in them that date back 100 years.
They're pierogi flavored.
Are they what?
Pierogi flavored.
Yes, they're pierogi flavored. I want to know if they're wrapped in cabbage. If their mummies are wrapped in cabbage. Get it? They're mummies are wrapped in cabbage. And our palate cleanser for today answers the simple question. Do sloths fart?
That's a great question.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I got. Supernatural news and Parashare on a Wednesday. By the way, we need your Parashare stories. Get them in. Tim@darknessradio.com. That is the easiest way to do it. Just type out your story in an email form. Send it to me that way. Or if you want to send me a voice note, you just go to darknessradioshow.com. Click on that blue button on the right-hand side. You have 2 minutes to send me a voice note. If you need more time than that, click, rinse, repeat. And then I'll stitch it together. You got 4 minutes. Do it again. You got 6 minutes, and so on and so on and so on. And we'll air that. I'll review it here. We'll air it on the show after I review it. So that's it. When we come back, Walt Disney back from the dead. Elmo's a very bad boy. Do sloths fart? If you don't come back for that, I got nothing for you. We'll see you on the other side of the break right here on the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio. Welcome back to the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio on a Wednesday. Tim Dennis and Travis Thorpe with you. Travis.
Forehead smoochies, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at you. Combat Rev giving you forehead smoochies on a Wednesday. Isn't that fun?
Always.
Yeah. You know what? We'll just jump right into it today. It's normally we have a little bit of a preamble at this point in the program. As my story tried to start there on you guys, you might have heard it, you might not have heard it. We normally have a little preamble after we come back from the break, a little, how's life? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. We're just going to jump into it because by gosh, we got a little, exciting little AI segment here, AI news segment.
Scary.
Because we got a couple of exciting stories on the AI front. By the way, our audience they're either growing in paranoia with me or they just love to see me get upset about this stuff. I can't tell which it is.
Probably both.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I love seeing you squirm a little bit too, but I do that out of love.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this first one? Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the music. Here we go. Okay, you ready for this? This first one is an audio daily double. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get this one started. Here we go. If I can get it started. Hold on a minute here. Oh, here we go.
There's no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious.
The path of new technology is what made this possible. You're looking at Walt Disney reborn as an audio animatronic, a project 7 years in the making. The company says it's the most lifelike and fluid figure they've ever made.
The technology had advanced to the point where we said, all right, we've got the tools and techniques that I know Walt and the original Imagineers wish they had when they created Pirates of the Caribbean and the Tiki Room.
Disney's original creations were pneumatic or hydraulic, but his figure is all electric. Creators had to use new methods to create an actual twinkle in his eye. They also got super detailed using an old bronze cast of Disney's hands, looked at the type of suit fabric he would have worn, the kind of shine his hair products would have given.
There's a lot of things that technology can do, but in a theatrical presentation, it's just as much about the art.
The public appreciate and accept what I've done all these years. That is a great reward.
One of Walt Disney's grandchildren told the Los Angeles Times that she's upset by this project. She feels her grandfather never wanted to appear in robotic form. But there are other Disney grandchildren and great-grandchildren who were consulted by the company from the very beginning, and they were shown the result and were told they were deeply moved and pleased with it.
We're always exploring and experimenting. We're interested in doing things that are fun, in bringing pleasure and especially laughter to people.
Travis, I got to tell you this. This is creepy. Creepy.
I was, for the first time ever, Tim, able to actually hear that audio, which was wild because apparently Walt Disney wanted me to hear that then.
Yeah.
And I saw a clip of that as you were holding it up to the screen, and that did look creepy. But it excites me because that means like maybe I can get another wife that's a robot and no more kids.
Oh, you didn't hear the story last week?
No.
About the $3,000 AI sex bots that are coming from China?
Take my credit card. What?
Maybe I should pull that story from last week. It fell on deaf ears with Mally, but by God, it seems like you're all aboard for this.
I am no shame combat rev. Are you kidding?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
if you want to double up, we'll just stack them like Voltron.
Yeah.
Mally, you're no fun.
You're no fun.
Oh man. Yeah, that Walt Disney though, that dude, he looked creepy in that.
Didn't he?
Like that shit of nightmares. Are you kidding?
And
like,
did you see how fluid the diodes were?
Yeah, dude, that was pretty cool though. Like I'm not gonna lie, very impressed.
Yeah.
But the way his face looked, it almost looked like a demon mask, weird, like strange early 80s horror flick. Like I don't know. Like I firmly believe Walt himself, he was all about just like capture the imagination, have fun, be wild. Let's think outside the box. Like this is within his scope. Like I truly believe he would have signed off on something like this.
You think?
Yeah, because they also did horror themed stuff there too, you know. So yeah, I think he would. However, though, I feel like if my kids would have seen that, they'd have nightmares for like 10 years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, but I'd probably let it touch my butt, you know.
You let Walt touch your butt. Okay, back to the program. Our next couple of stories are not for the faint at heart. Not like this last one was, but yeah. The next one is an obituary. For a man who jumped from the edge of space, he ended up dying this past week in a paragliding accident. I don't know if you saw this story or not, Travis.
No, I haven't. Unfamiliar.
56-year-old Felix Baumgartner became a household name thanks to his extreme skydiving stunts. Back in 2012, Baumgartner made the history books when he jumped from a helium balloon in the Earth's stratosphere and plummeted more than 24 miles at speeds of up to 843.6 miles per hour. He was watched by millions online. His death-defying jump sent him into an uncontrolled spin, but he managed to regain control and land safely, breaking multiple world records in the process. But luck was sadly not on his side on Thursday when, during a motorized paragliding jump over Italy, he suffered a heart attack in midair, resulting in a fatal crash to the ground. The local mayor paid tribute to a symbol of courage. Baumgartner had long held a fascination with extreme heights, having striven to become a skydiver and a helicopter pilot from a young age. His quote was, "I always had the desire to be in the air. I climbed trees. I wanted to see the world from above. Sometimes we have to get really high to see how small we truly are."
What day did it say he died?
Boy, I kind of glossed over that. It doesn't say. I know it was last week sometime. The story is dated the 18th, so.
3 days after the...
Oh, come on now. Stop it. Stop.
Annabelle's behind everything.
You are so going to get torched. I'm going to lose listeners because of you.
This death brought to you by Red Bull.
Oh, God, no.
Wasn't he sponsored by Red Bull when he did that atmospheric jump?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought it had Red Bull all over it.
You need help. All right. You got to be serious for this one story.
Serious face.
Yes. If you joke during this one, you're going to hell, my boy.
I already am, but okay.
We're going to Minnesota, where a boy survives a fall that sent an arrow through his brain. Doctors are calling it a miracle. The boy's name is Gus. He's 9 years old, and he fell face first on an arrow, which penetrated his head and came within less than an inch of exiting his skull. A hospital here in Minnesota was left in disbelief after a 9-year-old boy survived an accidental fall that sent an arrow through his brain and nearly out the back of his skull. Abby Dieterding recently told the Minneapolis news station KARE that it's a miracle that the freak mishap did not kill her son, Gus. We're just thankful and very, very grateful at that, she said. As his parents recounted, Gus was helping his father, Dave, pack up the truck for a hunting trip in March when he slipped on the icy driveway outside their home in Alexandria, which is about 130 miles northwest of Minneapolis. A youth bow and arrow were among the items that Gus was carrying at the time when he slipped. He fell face first onto the arrow, which penetrated his head just to the right of his nose. Gus pulled the arrow out of his head by himself and immediately went to see his mother, who was vacuuming inside, Care reported. He evidently was not bleeding much, but was panicked. He kept saying, "Mom, am I dying? Am I going to leave you? I don't want to leave you yet." Abby Dieterding recalled her son saying. She said she had told Gus he would be okay, and they were just going to go to the hospital to get some stitches. A cautious emergency room doctor had Gus flown by helicopter to Children's Minnesota Hospital right here in Minneapolis, where staffers observed him a few hours before releasing him home. But after getting home, Gus began vomiting, and his parents brought him back to the hospital, which took head scans of the boy. The scans contained a startling revelation, as Care noted. The arrow had pierced through the middle of Gus's brain and came within less than an inch of exiting his skull. "It literally took my breath away, and I felt sick to my stomach," Abby Dieterding told the outlet about what it felt like for her to see those scans. "I couldn't believe it." She said she remembered thinking, not that far. What? Adding to the confusion was the fact that Gus seemed to be fine while in a hospital bed nearby. The medical director of Children's Minnesota's Pediatric Intensive Care Unit, Dr. Ken, I believe this is Maslanka, reportedly told CARE that he had never seen anything like this in his 28-year career. He looked too normal, Maslanka said. Maslanka told the outlet that he had created a model meant to show the trajectory of the arrow that went into Gus's head. Had he seen his model without already knowing the outcome, Maslanka said he would have assumed the injury depicted was fatal. Gus, though, was showing no ill effects from the wound a few months after it had occurred, prompting Maslanka to attribute that to either fortune or God controlling the direction of that arrow. Abby and Dave Dieterding said it was their opinion that Gus's survival was miraculous rather than lucky. We know Dave Dieterding said it didn't just happen. Wow. Can you imagine? I mean, I can't imagine that type of horror.
Yeah. And especially as a parent too, with the child being in a panic like that. And yeah, no, that's gut wrenching.
To be that powerless at that moment, knowing that you think, I mean, first you take the kid to the hospital, you think, well, he just punctured his face, and then realize something's really not right. Right. And then to go back to Children's and realize that arrow went all the way through, punctured the brain, went all the way back to the skull, nearly pierced all the way through the skull. And, you know, you could be on the verge of losing your child.
Yeah. Get him an Xbox, man. Play with a bow and arrow in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, I think back to my youth too. And like, I remember specifically throwing a baseball bat at my younger brother because he refused to shoot arrows at me because I wanted to be a ninja and I wanted him to shoot arrows at me where I would hit them with the baseball bat and deflect them like a ninja.
Jesus.
And my dad whooped my ass because I destroyed about like 50 of his carbon arrows because I made my brother shoot every arrow at me. Yeah, kids are stupid. Don't let them play with arrows.
I'm impressed you hit 50 arrows.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a ninja, bro. Come on.
Couldn't you be a ninja that hit 450 in the major leagues?
No, I had a spiritual being helping me. Annabelle.
See, why? A good roll there, and you just...
It's your fault, Tim.
I don't think you can pull Annabelle out on this next story. Well, no, you can. I see where this is going. All right, our next story has to do with Bigfoot gaining new fame with the addition of an official hairy creature emoji. Yeah, I know, Annabelle emoji.
I wasn't going to say that.
The cryptozoological stalwart will be represented by his own emoji, usable on all emoji-supporting devices. Fans of the alien, flying saucer, and ghost emojis will be pleased to hear that another unexplained themed edition called Hairy Creature. I got a hairy creature for you. Will be included in September's Unicode update. Although it is explicitly called Bigfoot, the new emoji is unmistakably inspired by the creature seen in the controversial 1967 Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot video. It's interesting that its creators have chosen a generic title like Hairy Creature, perhaps to best represent the various different Bigfoot-like creatures reported to exist around the world. In Australia, for example, the creature is known as the Yowie. In the Himalayas, it is the Yeti. There are dozens of variations, and a generic hairy creature emoji basically covers them all. You better cover your hairy creature if you're going to show it on the phone. That's all I'm saying.
Tim, I'm calling it right now. We are now going to witness the end of the eggplant emoji. And it is now going to be the hairy creature emoji.
A hairy creature, yeah.
I'm calling her right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No doubt it won't be the last cryptozoological emoji to be added either. No, because Loch Ness Monster's next.
Nessie.
Yeah, you want to see my Nessie? Yep. And Nessie
Water
with
splash, water splash.
water splash, water splash. You know it is.
Yeah.
It'll be hairy creature, Nessie, water splash, water splash.
Annabelle, window, fire.
No, come on. Or you've ground that one into the ground, my friend.
Hey, break glass in case of fire.
She's not a firefighter. She's a Raggedy Ann doll.
Have you seen those Bigfoot AI videos where these now advertising everything? I was in a TikTok live the other day where the guy that creates them was in the live and we were all chatting with him. He is hilarious.
Really?
Oh God, he is funny. That dude is redneck as shit. He is so funny. We were on live for like an hour and a half just talking and BSing while he was getting drunk, and it was hilarious. Yeah, I had to see if I should talk him into making Annabelle AI videos now. And I'm gonna tag Darkness Radio in every single one of them.
Yeah, please do, because if you're gonna, create something truly tasteless, please put our moniker behind it. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Obviously. Just Tim in the background, just not even watching.
Yeah.
She's starting fires.
I
don't see it.
Yeah, because 3 days is exact. Yeah, that's her.
Hey, time and space don't exist, right?
Unless you're standing there watching her light the match, I doubt it.
Look, I'm trying to stay on her good side, bro.
I'm trying to stay on her good side.
I'm giving her credit where her credit is due, and I am not trying to make her mad.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Let's go to our next story. You may giggle when appropriate. A strange hole just appeared in Yellowstone, and experts are baffled. Sometimes strange holes just appear.
Yeah. They do.
They do. A mysterious new hole has emerged in Yellowstone, but scientists can't quite explain how it was formed. In a surprising discovery last April, geologists working at Yellowstone's National Park Norris Geyser Basin uncovered a previously undocumented thermal pool. Found during routine maintenance at temperature logging stations. The pool is located near the Porcelain Basin subbasin. A hole near a porcelain basin. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
I am. Or are we? Wait, am I picking it up? Tim.
Pick it up if we're putting
you have to ask for consent first.
All right. This new thermal pool, which measures about 13 feet wide, features clear blue water with a temperature of approximately 109 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oof.
Sits just 1 foot below the rim of the pool, surrounded by light gray mud-covered rocks, some of which are as large as a foot wide. There's also some hydrothermal explosions.
That's what she said?
Yeah, that's what she said. The formation of this new pool is believed to be the result of a hydrothermal explosion. These explosions occur when underground water turns into steam due to rising temperatures and pressure, causing a violent release of energy. That's what she said. Yellowstone's Norris Geyser Basin is no stranger to such events, with the 1989 eruption of Pork Chop Geyser. I played ball with him, by the way, Pork Chop Geyser.
Pork Chop Geyser.
Yeah. He was our right tackle. Being a well-documented example of a similar explosion. And boy, when Pork Chop Geyser explodes, you need to get out of the room because he's fragrant.
I'm looking it up right now, Tim,
Yeah.
and it says the new hydrothermal feature formed right after Annabelle escaped from her glass.
Oh, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. See, I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah. The
No.
USGS researchers reported that Annabelle was seen on site in April 2025 when geologists conducted their first site visit.
What, she just ran onto the ground and created a geyser.
With her non-opposable thumbs, creating geysers with her brain powers.
Yeah. And then ran.
Frolicked.
Frolic.
Frolicked off into the woodline along with the hairy beast.
Hairy creature. Yeah.
Hairy creature. Oh.
Yes, she did. So the area's history of hydrothermal activity suggests that the new pool could have formed in a manner consistent with other past events, not having to do with Annabelle, though in a less dramatic fashion. Interestingly, satellite imagery reveals that this thermal pool didn't exist prior to December 19th, 2024. By January 6th of 2025, small cavities began to appear, and by February 13th, the pool had fully formed. Despite the absence of a major explosive event detected by monitoring stations, there were several weak acoustic signals picked up by a newly installed station. These signals, although faint, indicated activity around the pool, with notable readings on Christmas Day, believe it or not, of 2024, January 15th of 2025, and February 11th of 2025. So
on my Google search, Tim, for Yellowstone, sciencealert.com.
Yeah.
And it's 3 days ago. It's a tagline: a gaping hole full of milky blue water has appeared. What a title. What a title.
Yeah, you got to rope them in somehow, right?
Uh,
Yeah, that's for sure. For our next story, remember I teased you about pyramids, both right side up and upside down?
yes.
Okay. Our next story has to do with the fact that archaeologists found an anomaly near the pyramids that may reveal an ancient portal. Now, I know you've talked to Timothy Hogan quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
This may not seem like new news to you. It may be new news to our audience.
Do tell.
Okay. I'll give you the highlights here, and then we'll jump into the story. I think the story might be a little more involved, but believe it or not, this story appeared in Popular Mechanics, which I find interesting. Yeah. According to the story, ground-penetrating radar has helped archaeologists identify buried wonders below the surface. Of course, we know this from the past couple of weeks. That story came out. Everything from new chambers underneath and whatnot. Now a study from Japanese and Egyptian researchers reveals the discovery of an L-shaped structure along with an accompanying anomaly right next to the Great Pyramids of Giza. Although it's impossible to know for sure what that anomaly is, researchers guess that the L-shaped discovery could be an entrance to a deeper structure. Now, with that in mind, let's dive into the story. It says here that GPR is once again delivered near one of the most well-excavated sites in the world, that being the Great Pyramids of Giza. Researchers led by Tohoku University's Motoyuki Sato, sure I can nail that one, used GPR along with, or ground penetrating radar, along with a method known as electrical resistivity tomography, or ERT, which uses electrical resistance to map underground structures to discover what's being described as an L-shaped anomaly in the Western Cemetery near the world-renowned pyramids. According to the team's research paper published in the journal Archaeological Prospection, which is on my doorstep every Wednesday at 9 a.m. I mean, it's such a good magazine. I can't tell you. It's like $9.99 for a year. I mean, it's so cheap. Yeah, I say you go get it tomorrow, Trav.
I mean, I spend $9.99 on OnlyFans, so I mean, why not, right?
You know what? The centerfold is it's just a tomb wide open like this. I mean, but just it's all
Oh,
whole
yeah?
though. Yeah, it's all
Cave
whole.
of Wonders.
That's nothing but whole, buddy. That's the structure is roughly 6.5 feet from the surface, measures 33 feet in length, and was backfilled after construction. Oh, don't tease me with a good time. The Western Cemetery at Giza is known as an important burial place of members of the royal family and high-class officers, the paper reads. In the initial survey by GPR and ERT, we found an anomaly in the north of the survey site. The area of the anomaly could be established approximately, but the structure and the location were unclear, according to them. Below this L-shaped structure was an anomaly lying 16 to 33 feet down that the researchers described as highly electrically resistive. Such an anomaly could have a few explanations, but the team identified two main possibilities: a mixture of sand and gravel or sparse spacing with air voids. Well, we know that the surrounding area, built roughly 4,500 years ago, around the same time, and as its adjacent pyramids, is filled with flat-roofed tombs known in Arabic as mastaba. The stretch of sand where the anomaly was found has not been nearly as intensely excavated, largely because the area sported no impressive structures to warrant a thorough investigation. So what exactly could this L-shaped structure and its lower anomaly represent? Well, speaking with Live Science, Sato said the structure is likely not natural as the shape is too sharp. It may have been an entrance to the deeper structure, Sato and his colleagues wrote in the paper. The deeper structure sounds suspiciously like a tomb. We believe that the continuity of the shallow structure and the deep, large structure is important. From the survey results, we cannot determine that the material causing the anomaly, but it may be a large subsurface archaeological structure.
Did I hear that he is theorizing that it's a tomb?
Yeah, that it's a tomb.
Encasing the original spirit that has been haunting Annabelle for years.
Oh, God, see.
Leave it alone, guys. Don't tick it up. She's already starting fires everywhere.
You see the YouTube comments right now. Okay, you don't need to bring him back again. You just I can see it now. Tim, I'm the guy who rooted for Travis to come back. I take it back. Take it back.
I do what I can for God and country, Tim. No, I had seen some things where they were theorizing that the extra chambers and everything else underneath were indicative of some kind of like power center, like some kind of power plant or some kind of energy center. It seems weird that now all of a sudden that shifts towards like, oh, surprise, surprise, a tomb in a place where they've always said that it was a burial chamber or tomb.
I vote for Egyptian World Market.
Yeah. I mean,
Egyptian mini.
I'm hoping for reptilians under the ground, unknown civilization. Let's go for it. Full Alex Jones. Let's go. Send it. Let's just do this. The Earth's poles are shifting. Rocks are falling from the sky. Giant blue holes are popping up in Yellowstone, and you got a doll murdering people. Why not? Just open up the tomb. Let's kick this off with a bang.
I want to live in your world for a while.
Tim, it's beautiful. You should come here. The water's fine.
Well, let's see what you got for this one. Meanwhile, we go to Eastern Europe, specifically Poland, where the Polish pyramids are upside down and stuck in the dirt point first. I'm just surmising. The Polish pyramids are only the second of their kind to be discovered. They have tombs dating back 5,500 years.
Mm.
Now, my grandfather would tell you, God rest his soul, that they buried the mummies face down so they could park their bikes in the crack of the mummies' asses. Archaeologists have uncovered 2 Polish pyramids dating back to the New Stone Age in the village of, I believe it is it? You tell me how you pronounce this.
Oh, me?
Yeah. I want to get your mind off Annabelle for a second. Wyskoc with a little
Sorry, start at W again.
Wyskoc with a little accent over the top of the C.
Wysock? Wissock?
Wyskoc. Is it
Wiscock? Whiskey cock.
Yeah, whiskey cock. I wanted you to say it first. Is it Wisecock? Wisecock?
Wisecock.
I think that's I think it's Coke, isn't it? Isn't it Wisecock?
Fuck, I don't know.
Wisecock? You know what? When in doubt, let's find out how. Let's ask Google.
That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Like, how do I pronounce this thing? Google Translate, help me.
The W sound is a tricky one for English speakers. It's often pronounced V. Oh, it's Vi. I bet you it's a V. Let's see here. In owl, but with an upward sound, curl the tongue in the mouth. The O is like the O in pot. The C is a TS sound, like cats. So it's Vatswavik. Vatswavik. That's what I thought. Oh, yeah.
Wyskocz, Poland.
I got it. You ready?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
No, do it again.
I'm gonna pull it up. Ready? We're gonna let Google do this for us.
Wyskocz, Poland.
Wyskocz, Poland.
Wyskocz, Poland.
Wyskocz. Okay, Wyskocz.
Yes, technology's cool.
It's not a wisecock at all. It's a Wyskocz.
It's a Vishcock, bruh.
So archaeologists have uncovered 2 Polish pyramids dating back to the. Maybe I should just point at you and you could play the clip when I say the name of the town.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Okay,
Ready?
you got it ready?
Yeah.
Archaeologists have uncovered 2 Polish pyramids dating back to the New Stone Age in the village of
Wyskocz, Poland.
Right. Despite their moniker, the findings are more accurately described as megalithic tombs, also known as giants' graves, thanks to their monumental triangular shape. The fascinating tombs, which stretch to around 200 meters in length and 4 meters high, were discovered. Oh, God. Were discovered General, I believe this is Desdary Klopowski Landscape Park by archaeologists from Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznan. I believe it's Poznan. The findings, which are only the second of their kind in central Poland, were found using remote sensing technology, which was used to scan the area during the field surveys. The team located 5 potential areas, which were then excavated, leading to the discovery of 2 of the tombs. Dating back around 5,500 years, the pyramids were constructed by the funnel baker culture, which is a Neolithic society formed in North Central Europe when different groups of people using pottery began combining their ways of life. It believed the tombs carry significant social and spiritual importance, with important community figures such as priests, shamans, and tribal leaders being buried within them. The Funil beaker culture. It looked like funnel breaker. Funil beaker culture gets its name from the pottery that it made, which tended to have a unique funnel shape. And it's believed that individuals were buried in the Polish pyramids with their pottery, as well as other items such as stone axes, opium vessels, and copper ornaments. They knew how to have a good time, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and for something dating back, they said, what, 5,000 BC?
Yep. 5,500 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And already having copper, that's pretty dope. Like, they were doing pretty good. And opium? Bro.
And opium vessels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The tombs themselves were built with, it says here, ginormous stones weighing up to 10 tons each, which I love that they came up with ginormous, which were transported by builders using nothing but sledges and manpower. Sadly, how do they know that? Sadly, the majority of these stones have since been lost or potentially repurposed over the years. Humans have needed stones for thousands of years, so naturally they took them and split them. Artur Golis, who is, I believe this is Vikopolska Province Landscape Parks Complex head specialist for nature and landscape conservation, said,
that time's fast.
Yeah, really, said per Archaeology News, these particular tombs are incredibly unique as they're the only one of their kind to have been discovered in this area of Poland. They're also among the largest prehistoric burial structures to have been found in Poland and go a long way to building our understanding of what life was like in the funnel beaker people in the New Stone Age. Excavations are still ongoing, so the site is currently still closed to the public, and it remains unclear whether the area will open back up to the public depending on preservation assessments and future archaeology discoveries. So there you go.
And one more time for the audience on the city where this was, this Wyskok. All right.
Viskovich.
Wyskok, Poland, which was the home of an ancient witch spirit named Annabelle, who starts fires with her mind.
What?
Come on. You spelled it wrong on purpose.
I was waiting. No, I didn't even change the name of the city. That stayed exactly the same. I swear to God. I swear to God, all I did is just add all the other bullshit about Annabelle.
All right, it's time now for a palate cleanser, and I think I need one by now. Don't you dare add Annabelle to this story. Oh, I have a feeling you'll try and find a way. I know how you're going to do it. I already know how you're going to do it before I even get to it.
Nope, won't do it.
Here's our palate cleanser for today. Age-old question, as old as time itself. Do you know what that question is, Travis?
How to spell Wyskok, Poland?
Yeah. How to spell Wisecock, Poland? Yes.
Wyskocz, Poland.
Wyskocz, Poland. The question is old as time itself. Do sloths fart? Yep. Well, there's a bonkers experiment that proves that we pay scientists way too much money. And it's out there. The bonkers experiment proves that sloths actually do break wind. For years, it was believed that sloths were unable to fart. But now this peculiar claim has finally been debunked. Thank God.
I'm glad it's been laid to rest. Yeah.
Or laid down somewhere. You ever wondered what scientists get up to in their spare time? Evidently, it's their face in a sloth's ass. That's what they get up to in his spare time. Here's one particular bit of research that seemed primed for inclusion in the next Nobel Prize Awards. For reasons unknown to themselves, zoologist Lucy Cook and wildlife veterinarian Andres Sans Baudegam took the time to capture their first ever known footage of a sloth breaking wind. It's really, really slow.
I was just looking up to see if USAID had any funding in that. Because usually a lot of the like, or frog's gay or whatever, like crazy things, it's usually tied to USAID, which is nothing more than a black book for CIA for actually like funding mercenary operations instead. But yeah, no, not seeing any ties to USAID. They really were sniffing sloth farts. This is cool.
The clip proves once and for all that animals really do fart. No room for scientific interpretation there, just good old fashioned bum gas, said Cook. Yes, sloths do fart. And I may have just witnessed the first documented case, he says. It certainly stands to reason that this would be the case. Sloths eat a lot of plant matter, which is particularly. Was that it? Did you?
Or brand up close.
Yeah, I brought it up, and there was I just kind of pulled it up on a thing. They had a sloth in a little kiddie pool, and were causing it to fart for bubbles, but it went to an ad right away.
It certainly stands to reason that this would be the case. Sloths eat a lot of plant matter, which is particularly well known for breaking down and producing gas during digestion. The reason it was thought that they didn't break wind is because scientists had thought that an unusual evolutionary quirk had enabled them to reabsorb the methane rather than expelling it. They're so gassy that even they use their stomach gas to float when in the water, Brodigan told Live Science. If you work with sloths, you live with their gas everywhere on x-rays, interfering with ultrasounds. It can usually be a huge concern. In this way, gas and the pressure associated with it can be a huge issue. I actually have the video without the ad. It's on an Instagram. I think it's on Lucy Cook's Instagram in the Sloth Appreciation Society. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Let's see here if it comes up on her Instagram.
Yeah, the video that I found was like 3 seconds long, and it barely showed anything. So.
There's music behind it. It's the Muppet Show theme, and it has two sloth parts. Oh, it says, today we reveal the truth. The world's first recording of sloth fart. Here it is. Slow motion. Yeah, sloths fart. Oh, you didn't play the sound. It says, and they're full of surprises. Oh, that's a ripoff. It was just the music. I want my money back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, they don't have opposable thumbs, though. So
actually, they do. You ever seen a sloth paw?
Oh, I thought they were all like straight and then just like giant nails going forward. Do they have a thumb?
Yeah. Look. Can you see it on the video?
I see a woman standing on a TED Talk stage now.
Okay, we'll show it here in a minute. You'll see. When she holds them up to fart in the pool. See if you can see it.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Well, now I'm just looking at adorable eyes winking at me.
Oh, look, that's a brown eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa! What?
Did you see it?
No, but I'm just looking at a really comfy sloth in a hammock.
Did you see the doll holding the match up to the sloth's asshole?
No. No, the video is completely done. It's just sitting.
The doll with the match to the asshole was Annabelle.
Good job, Tim. You're on Team Annabelle now. Congratulations. You have crossed the threshold into the realm of entertainment. Yes. Jolly good, sir. Enough with these Cambridge professors who are always like, oh, let's prove things wrong. I don't know. Let's use our imagination. Have a little bit of fun with it, chap. I don't want to live in a world where dolls can't murder you, Tim. Okay?
I don't want it there.
They can't. I don't know how to tell you that, but they can't. I slept with a teddy bear for the first 33 years of my life. It never murdered me.
Yeah, well, my 7-year-old thinks that his teddy keeps him safe at night. And you know what it keeps him safe from? Annabelle and other dolls. Okay. And as long as he thinks it, then it's true. Because it creates an egregore.
It's the joke at the beginning of that, but that's so.
Oh, yes. Sorry, Chop. Yes.
All right. I think that's pretty much going to do it for today. We've gone long enough. Good God, we've gone long enough. Effing
Holy shit, we did. Yeah.
You and your running Annabelle jokes took the show way too long. Get an Annabelle joke in for every story today.
It was needed.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It totally wasn't. It's going to be the show that never ends edition. That's what I'm going to title this.
This is the show that never ends.
Either that or the Annabelle the Arsonist edition, which people will think is in really bad taste.
Well, there was like that 10-minute dissertation of Mein Kampf.
Which is not going to be in the final program, but thanks for... Only making reference to shit that's not in the program, but thanks. Appreciate that. Now I got to edit that out.
You're welcome.
All right, that'll do it for today. Tomorrow's program is a good one. We are going into the world of cryptids tomorrow, as we are sitting down with, as soon as I can grab it here, that's what she said. You had me all unaware. I was setting up sloth fart jokes, and I didn't grab my schedule for tomorrow. Jesse Doyle is with us tomorrow from Small Town Monsters. Brand new movie out there that we'll be talking about. Jesse is the writer director of this brand new movie that we will be talking about, and I'll tell you about it tomorrow. What the name of the movie is, because now you've got Annabelle jokes going through my head, and I can't focus. And what's that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Plus, if I tell you the name of the movie, you're just going to tell me an Annabelle joke, and I'm not going to do that to Jesse.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You're not going to do that? You swear?
I promise.
You double dog swear?
Yes.
You.
I triple dog swear. Tim, give us the name. I'm dying to know.
The name of the movie is The Monster on Morris Mountain, Bigfoot in the Uaris.
I don't even know how I could tie that to that. That sounds like an amazing movie.
Okay.
What's
that?
I fulfilled my promise.
Thank you. It's new full. What's that?
I was a good boy.
Thank you. Okay. The movie is a new full-length documentary that Jesse is producing. Jesse, of course, produced Hellbent Holler for Small Town Monsters. He's directing this. Seth Breedlove is producing it. It will take the viewers into the field like never before. It's exciting stuff. I've already taken a look at this movie. It's very, very good. So we'll talk about it on the program tomorrow. It's all based in North Carolina. So
nice.
Good stuff. So that's coming up tomorrow.
I'm excited to listen and hear and learn.
Yeah. So it's going to be good stuff. So we got that coming up tomorrow. Lots of good stuff on the way these next couple of weeks. Like I said, week after, we'll be talking to Brian Cano, talking to you about how you can see Germany and Switzerland and get in on a special tour that will show you everything from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So, yeah, good stuff.
Would be super awesome.
Yeah,
I've only spent like 12 hours in England, and I was litty tritty drunk for the whole thing. So having like a whole guided tour going through and getting Frankenstein, that's pretty cool. I'd be all about it.
Yeah. So that will do it for today. Travis, do you have anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Just forehead smoochies for everybody, and that you're all my little sweet baby angels, and I love you.
All right, that'll do it. Tomorrow, Jesse Doyle, the monster on Morris Mountain, Bigfoot in the URAs. For Travis Thorpe, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Supernatural News. We'll see you tomorrow, right here on the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio.
For more audio and video archives of the show, intriguing content, and cool swag, check out darknessradioshow.com. The executive producer of Darkness Radio is Troy Palmer. If you enjoyed today's show, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And make sure you join us tomorrow for Jesse Doyle and Hellbent Holler and the Monster of Morris Mountain.